We are only 2 episodes in on season 6 of Love After Lockup, and baby, there has already been so much drama going on. Right after the first episode aired, a girl came out on Reddit claiming that she was dating Julius at the same time as Alexis. She claimed that she had Julius's name tatted on her, and she even shared screenshots where she tried to warn Alexis, like, hey, girl, we're dating the same exact guy. And she was one of the first people to point out that Alexis is pregnant by Julius. She ended up sharing pictures of their baby shower they had coming up that they actually just had a few weeks ago. And then she just spilled all sorts of tea. She was sharing all these messages she had with Julius. I made a video covering this Reddit post that she made. And then I ended up posting a little picture, my thumbnail I made for my video on it on my Instagram, just advertising my video. And then all of a sudden I got a DM from Julius, and he's like, hey, I need you to address this fake ex-girlfriend that's been exposing me. I responded and I said, okay, what needs to be addressed? What exactly happened, or what do you want to say? And I have yet to hear a response from him. And if I do, I'll be sure to fill you guys in. But as soon as I read that message from him, I went to my message request on Instagram, and literally seconds after I received a message from him, I suddenly had received a message from this girl who I came out on Reddit claiming that she was his ex. She said, hi, I'm the ex who exposed him, and they're both saying I'm lying about it. I can screen record the messages I still have left between me and him and me and Alexis. You know what? A lot of people can say, oh, they're fake messages or it's AI, but if someone can actually screen record their phone and show it from their home screen, opening up the app, it's pretty hard to fake that. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but the chances are a lot less likely compared to what they're claiming. And I don't believe that this girl went out and got Julius's name tatted on her if she didn't think something serious was going on between them, or at least he was leading her on to believe that. Okay, so I was like, okay, send me the tea. And she said, okay, I'm sending stuff now. I just want to share my experience with them. I'm tired of them making it seem like everything is fake. The first one is a screen recording of my sister and Alexis talking when I found out about them too. So here she is scrolling through her app and showing, like, look, I opened up my app. I'm going straight to Messenger and showing the messages, and they date back to May 18th of 2024 was the most recent messages. But these were from her sister trying to warn her, like, hey, my sister's talking to Julius. And we covered a lot of these messages in my first initial video. Check that out if you haven't already. But she was pretty much warning Alexis. And at first, Alexis was kind of being rude and skeptical. But then they started texting Alexis's number. And they're like, hey, isn't this your number? And Alexis was like, hold up. Wait a minute, how did you get my number? And they were like, Julius, duh. But she said, we only dated for a brief period of time until I knew he was cheating. The second one is me and Alexis finally talking to each other. Okay, so she said, hey, it's Jasmine. Okay, so let me first start off where she's just starting from her messages, opening it up to show that it's real. And you know, these messages are old, so she had to search Alexis on top to make them come up, and they came up from 2024. He said, hi, it's Jasmine. I got your number from him. He gave me your email and password so I can get on the app and video call him. And it sounds like he was, I don't know if this is true, but from it, the way it sounds like it sounds like he was letting her use Brittany's account and the fun she had on her account. And she said, do you have screenshots of y'all's messages? And she said, yes. Can you show me y'all still talk before I send all this? And then Alexis shared all these phone calls she was having with him. We'll stop and pause some of these. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot more we still got to go through. But this is just showing all the stuff that's in here. All the pictures that she's sending, So it sounds like Alexis is in denial. She's believing Julius at first, and she said, girl, I found you because he gave me your password. I could have hacked all your ish, but I chilled. I had access to your getting GTL message app and all. And then she shared her email and her alleged password, and she said, hack me over a dude you never met. Girl, be for real. You sound crazy, for real. But don't come for me because you fell for a dude with a girl. You don't even live here trying to come for me. Sis, you do better. Okay, but it doesn't even sound like she's coming for her. She's just letting her know, like, hey, him giving me your private information could have been really bad if that was the wrong person. I think that's just her trying to warn her and make her realize the implications of what Julius is doing. Instead of getting mad at Julius, she's taking her anger out on this girl. And she said, the same dude who was just on my phone begging me to block you. You're being you, sis, not me. And she said, bye, girl, you have him. And she said, no, that's all you, BB. And she said, no, you can have this weird ish. Then here it shows where he's calling. There's Lynx, his little nickname, he said. And she said, get off me. And she said, girl, that's your man. You got it. I told him call you since that's where he want to be. Y'all have fun. I hope this ain't you playing on my phone over my man. Move around. It's weird. And she's like, dude, he don't give a F about you. I don't need to play on your phone over a dude that was just on my phone. This is our man. Oh my God. Our man, our man, our man. So just for some context, Julius got out of prison on July 22nd of 2024. So what we're seeing now was filmed like almost 9 months ago. And when he got out, he was paroled, so he's a little ballsy to be smoking weed and drinking on the prison grounds if he's on parole. She was talking to him as early as 2021. We see Calvin sending a picture of himself to her, and this is on the messaging app they have for him to be able to contact her while he's in prison. Then they were just talking as recently as April of 2024. So that was only 3 months before he got out of prison and was on the show. I'm not going to read every message because some of them are just basic. But here's one message where you can tell they're flirting with each other. He's like, finally, yeah, the body looking right. And the one for show, you think you tatted too? And she said, I'm tatted though. And he said, no, you is a little tatted. That ish look good though. And she said, thank you, babe. When are you calling me? And he said, when you want me to. I did notice in one message he said, where is you from again? So it sounds like he hasn't met her in person before, but it definitely sounds like they're like talking and flirting. There were messages where he's like, oh, I want you to use something when I call you back. And she's like, when? And he's like, I'm going to call you at this time. And he's like, I like when you get it wet, and I'm trying to hear that on the phone. I don't see any messages where they're saying they love each other or anything like that, but she's like, hey, I know we just started talking again, but I like hearing your voice already, and I like talking to you. And he's like, I ain't gonna cap, I feel the vibe too. You done fell asleep on a dude though. And then he's like, okay, I'm about to call you. So he was steady calling this girl, it seems like at least every day or every other day for a hot minute. He was probably calling Alexis, hanging up with Alexis, calling this girl, then hanging up from her, and then calling Ashley. He had to be a busy man. You know, he's probably one of those dudes that just lived on the phone in prison. I did notice in one of these messages, he's asking her, like, how did you find me? Like, how did you even know I was in prison? And she said that she ended up finding him on the Explore page because he makes rap music, and I guess she came across him from his music and then went to his page and found out he was locked up, and then she just looked him up and was able to figure out the address of what prison he was at and was able to reach out to him. You can see here where Julius is telling her, or calling her babe, and telling her to call him, and she's like, I got my Rose toy charged, ready to go so they can have some phone sex. And then things start to take a turn. He she confronts him about talking to Alexis and other women, and this is what he has to say. He said that it's really crazy at these itches saying anything out of spite, trying to tarnish a dude's name. F whoever believes some is so false. To be honest, I don't even care. And then he's like, okay, I just tried to call you. She's like, you didn't call me. And then he was like, I'm going to call you so we can video chat. She said, how? Log in with your bitch account? And I asked her, how did you find out about Alexis to reach out to her? And she said that he gave her Alexis's login information for her GTL account, was pretty much using her coins to video chat with Julius. And she got nosy and she started going through Alexis's account and she started finding messages with Julius where they're talking romantically, and she decided to look up Alexis on social media, and she found Alexis where she was posting all these pictures of Julius talking about how he's her man, her man, her man. You hella toxic and crazy, it be too much. Like, you check all the boxes, you vibe and all, but you can tell you not no real down bitch. You just lusting or something. I don't know, you good peoples, but I don't got time to play. I got 80 days. I need my mind right. I want to focus on you, but you toxic, and I don't want to focus my energy on that. And she's like, what do you mean? What's wrong with it? You had me up waiting and you never called me. And he said, no, that's not it. It's all that's the problem. You talking about I have a whole girlfriend when it ain't that. That's why you be acting the way you do. Your energy been real different. And this too much. You need to just say that. Like, you're not talking to other dudes. I'm not bull with that. All that ish got me mad. You trying to make a dude mad too? You crazy. You too fine to be talking to a bunch of dudes in jail. What is wrong with you? And she said, that's exactly what it is, though. I seen the messages, and I still see them talking about the messages between Alexis and Julius, proving that he's still talking to Alexis on the side. And she said, you're still telling that girl you love her. But then you tell me you want to be with me? That doesn't add up. I'm not talking to any other dudes, though. That's why this situation acts with me the way it does. Then Julius said, you capping? When did I say all that? You fishing? Because that ain't happen. Ain't nobody trying to make nothing look like nothing. You be on all them jail calls. I don't F with that. Tell your brother call you when I'm not. And I keep trying to call you more so you can see I'm effing with you. Then Julius was like, I don't know. I really don't. I seem like it's a barrier there. It seemed like there was a barrier there. And she's like, what do you mean? He says, look, if you're not feeling it, just say that. If you want to put this on hold until I come home so you can see my true intentions or something, this cool too, we can do that. And she said, are you serious right now? He said, because I want all of you, and I don't want to put too much energy into something. If it's a chance you're going to change your mind, I'm about to be home. I need to know what to focus on, bae. AKA, I need to know what girl to focus on because I got too many options. Then he says, it's like you let my fake situation with old girl make you feel like you need to talk to someone else to feel at ease or something. You fooling yourself, but just say that and I'll leave y'all be. Then he said, if this is true, I'm sorry to hear that, but I know one thing. If I call again after tonight and you want a jail call, it's slow on that. You can't finesse a finesser. Then he said, I really F with you, but you say I got a don't care attitude, but when I try to love you, you act like you don't like that, so I'm confused. You won't even let a dude treat you good. And I know you got a lot going on. If you need some time to get your mind right, that's fine too. So a reoccurring theme in their messages is he'll go on and on about, hey babe, you need to make sure you stay up so I can call you. And then she'll stay up late and then he won't even call her. So she's like, man, you never called me like you said you're gonna call me. You must have called someone else. And this was, like I said, a reoccurring conversation they had. There's so many messages that I didn't even show in this video because this video would be like 3 hours long if we went through every single message. I'm just going through like the ones that I feel like are the most relevant, or the ones that really show him talking in ways that wouldn't be appropriate for a man to be talking to another woman who has a girlfriend. And then he goes on to say, like, brah, I love you, no cap, like hella, and I don't even know everything about you yet, which says a lot. It's true, but I don't even realize how non-existent the other girl is to me. Right now, I only want you, nobody else. This me telling you what's really going on. So he's saying, baby, I just want you. Screw Alexis. Then he said, you too much. And she said, I wish you would have said something before I got your name tatted. And then she was pressuring him. She's like, look, you promised me you were going to get my name tatted. When are you going to follow through with that? And he said, and then you done supposedly got my name tatted or whatever. Like, why are you going to act like this so you can say I played you? I don't get it. You making a dude not want to deal with you. Why would I get your name on my skin if I don't even know where we're at? For real, you be my wife 1 minute and then you want to be a bitch from Billy that I don't even know like that, and I don't want that. Then he said, brah, I love you, no cap, like hella, and I don't even know everything about you yet, which says a lot. It's true. Even realize how non-existent that other girl is to me. Right now, I only want you, nobody else. This me telling you what's really going on. But that's pretty much it, guys. That is all the messages that I feel like were relevant to this. I will try to upload the rest of the messages to my Patreon. And she also shared this screenshot and claims that this is a receipt of some money that she received from one of his homies. And she claims that he had his friend send her $20 for her son. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.